Hello, my business that I will be presenting to you today is called Star Florals. Introduction. The idea of this business is to be a flower shop that sells uniquely arranged flower bouquets and a shop where customers are able to make their own bouquet of flowers. So a main highlight for the shop would be a section in the store where customers are able to make their own bouquet arrangements, which will be called the Make Your Own Bouquet section in the store. Another main idea for this business is to be a large flower arrangement company that sells large flower arrangements for things such as weddings, parties, other companies, etc. So since a goal of the shop is to sell floral arrangements to other companies, it would be so they could have as display, as nice decor in their buildings. And my love for flowers is how I came up with this business. Along with that, I have always wanted to open up a flower shop so that I could live doing what I love and make beautiful bouquets for others to have. Another idea for this business would be that the inside of the shop would be set up into about 3 different sections. One section would be a separate room for the floral cooler room. Another section would be for the already made flower bouquet arrangements. And the third other section would be the Make Your Own Bouquet section, which would be the highlight of the shop. This here is my initial lean canvas. Initially, there were 2 things that I felt were the problem. The first was how I thought the business would not get enough exposure from the public. The second thing that I thought would be a problem was keeping the flowers in the shop alive and fresh. My first initial solution was to create social media pages to help with business exposure, and my second solution to my second problem was to learn more about how to keep the flowers alive and fresh, like knowing what plant food they would need, and etc. etc. However, I soon changed my problem box to shift focuses on my problems. The problems should be based on the wants or needs of the customer so that I could address them, and not the problems that I am facing trying to start my business. For my market interviews, I had thoughts on a few things. My first thought that I had was that some customers would find it a struggle to keep flowers alive out of water for a while. My second thought was that customers would look to buy flowers for special occasions, special events, or even for themselves. My third thought was that customers can get into contact with the shop through various platforms. For what I did, I conducted 10 interviews to gather information on customers' thoughts, wants, and needs. For what I have learned a few things from my market interviews. The first thing that I learned was that most people did not find it a struggle to keep their flowers alive. The second thing that I learned was that all 10 people that I interviewed have needed to buy flowers for a special occasion. Lastly, the third thing that I learned from my interviews was that most people also did not need assistance in maintaining their flowers. For my product interviews, I thought about a few things regarding what my customers would want to buy from my business. First off, I thought that my customers would want specific flower arrangements that may include only their favorite flowers, or that would only include flowers of the same color. Secondly, I thought that since Star Florals' flower bouquets are to be wrapped in sustainable wrapping, then customers will lean more towards buying from my business as sustainability awareness continues to grow. My last thought was that even though Star Florals' flower prices may be slightly higher than other flower shops, customers will still continue to buy flowers here since the flowers are higher quality and come with higher quality packaging. For what I did in my product interviews, I conducted multiple interviews to gain more insight on potential customers' perspectives. In my product interviews, I have learned that customers want the better and healthier looking flowers that come in a variety. I have also learned that customers also like the idea of buying sustainably wrapped flower bouquets. For my administrative interviews, I had multiple different thoughts as well. My first thought was that my fixed and variable costs would be costly. My second thought was that people nowadays use social media to share their thoughts and feedback about different places they go to and experience. My third thought was that Star Floral bouquets have a unique arrangement style that no other floral shop can successfully copy and put together. For what I did in my administrative interviews is that I conducted 10 interviews that helped me gather more information on potential customers' thoughts. I have learned a couple of things from conducting these administrative interviews. I have learned that not many people like to share their feedback about places online, and that Star Florals' flower bouquets have a high chance of being purchased because of their unique arrangement style. In my first MVP experiment plan, I will be hoping to learn the main low fidelity factors in my experiment. In the first part of my experiment is my basic idea, which is to have my own flower business. My business will have its 3 different sections to it, as explained in my previous slides. My market engagement hypothesis will be the shop's bouquet sales. My big XYZ hypothesis will be that 70% of customers will purchase Star Florals' signature bouquets, and the other 30% will purchase special event arrangements. My little XYZ hypothesis will be that 85% of customers will be satisfied. Lastly, my hypothesis test will be a customer survey covering questions for improvement. For my second MVP experiment, I hope to learn more on my business's high fidelity, such as providing floral arrangement classes and how many people would sign up to take them. To conclude my Lean Startup presentation, here is what my most recent Lean Canvas looks like. I feel that the Canvas boxes that need the most additional validation is in my customer segments box, my early adopters box, and my channels box through MVP experiments. Firstly, I feel that my customer segments box needs more additional validation because I am not 100% sure that all who I have listed for my customer segments box is who will mainly be my potential customers and could be narrowed down a little more. Secondly, I feel that my early adopters box needs additional validation as well. This is because even though I am confident in who I think my early adopters will be, I don't have full confirmation that my hypothesis is right. Lastly, I feel that my channels box needs the most validation as well, because what I have down are just what I am able to start out with. It would be helpful to learn more on other ways I could sell my floral arrangements and bouquets.